everybody, welcome to Bike Revolution. This is my first video on YouTube, and this is my first build. I call it Black Thunder. I like this bike. It was a lot of fun. I always wanted to do one of these motorized bikes, and it just puts a smile on my face. And it's a lot of fun, easy to put together, affordable. This is a mid-90s Specialized mountain bike with the rock shocks. Someone had it sitting on a curb. They were cleaning out a house a couple blocks from here for free. So I jumped on it. I did put a clear coat on it to bring the black back to life because it was really faded. I put new stickers on it. The rock shock stickers that were on it were scarred and torn, so I got these. I tried to match it the best I could with purple, but they are legitimate rock shocks. I'm missing one of these black caps here on top. If anybody has one or knows where I can get them or wants to share a link with me where I can get them, I'd appreciate it. That's the only thing this bike's really missing is one of those caps. But the shocks are amazing. I've had rock shocks before in the 90s when I was a teenager, mountain biking, and they're legitimate, man. They're pretty good rock shocks, so I like them. This is a YD100 motor. I ran it with a 48 tooth for about 2 months, and I can only get about 22 miles an hour. And at first it was fine for me, and afterwards I wanted to go a little faster, so I got a 44 tooth, and that's what's on there now. And then I can only go 24 miles an hour, and I was like, this sucks. So I watched some videos, and I got these little grinders here. I have this rotary tool, so it says here on the box. I got them all on Amazon because it's just easy and affordable. So it's really easy. You just put it in there. That holds it down. And you tighten it up right there with some pliers. 1 millimeter on each side and on the bottom on the intake, and 1 millimeter and 1 millimeter on top on the exhaust. And then at top dead center you can see the skirt that covered some of the intake. So I took the rotary tool and grinded that away. And now I'm hitting 35 miles an hour just because of that. The things that I've done to it, I just put on this name. It's like a clone carburetor, but the reason why I put this one is because the kit has a 7 millimeter jet, and that has a 5. And I can't find 7 millimeter jets that are like 65, 68, number 65, number 68, you know, because these come with like 72. And that one had a 72. And I dropped it down to a 70, and it sounds good now. It doesn't sound like a popcorn machine. Your NT carburetor comes with your YD100, comes with your 4040, comes with your Phantom 85 if those ever do come back out, right? So that's your NT carburetor. Let me get the caliber here. Zero that sucker. Now, what we're measuring here, camera, is the threads. I'm going to measure the thickness of the threads, like the diameter. Let's go to millimeter. 6.7, 6.8. I just call it a 7 millimeter. Okay, now let's look at this one. I'm going to make a separate video of this to show people because I haven't seen anybody come across this, and this is weird for me. So you take it, you can see it right there, right? Skinny on the threads, kind of fat on the head. I'm going to measure the thread. There you go, 4.8. So we know this to be the 5 millimeter jet, which is the popular jet where everyone talks about. And you can pretty much get in a small size, like a 65 or a 40 or a 70 or a 68. So here's your NT carburetor. Looks familiar, right? NT carburetor. Let's take this 5mm. Look at that. It won't thread. Now let's take this 7mm. Look at there. Threads right in there. See? Don't fall out. So these NT carburetors are 7mm. For me, I've seen people saying, oh, you can jet these down to 5, and I've even seen them do it. I'm like, I'm not getting those carburetors. I think they might have changed something. So I went with this Delardo. That's the name of it. A Delardo clone. I don't know, it was like $15 or $13. It came with a big old funky filter, which I wouldn't mind using, but it just don't fit on my bike, even on my daughter's. It's not enough room. So I got this air conditioner filter, put a couple zip ties. You know, all you want to do is block like twigs, leaves, rocks, gravel from going in there. Dust, it just chews and spits that shit out. But it's the big stuff. People say, oh, I can run without a filter. I don't have no problems. Yeah, well, if you get a big or a little pebble or stone in there, it might give you a problem. So this will block it out, and that's good enough for me. It's off of a Diamondback. I really like it. It's one that I had in the shed that was just junk, using it for parts, but I like the way it kicks down, kicks up. It's clean out of the way. They sell those on Amazon too, but the top part will be aluminum. Mine cracked, so I cut me off a piece of steel, and you can see how it's kind of bent. I tightened that sucker on there because you know these bikes vibrate. Moving up from there, the crank arms on this bike were aluminum, so I wallered out the one of the pedals threads, the threads on the pedals. So I took these crank arms off my Diamondback, put them on there, and they work great. Clearance is, as you can see, really close. I took an angle grinder and grinded it away. Hey, it can be thin as long as this is steel. Shoot, 240 pounds, and no problem. This bike had premium ball bearings in the crank arm, the front wheel, the back wheel. I was real happy with it. It's a free, Facebook thing. So I had the tensioner. I didn't like it, so I went with this one. Another Amazon thing. I had to shave off this bolt so it would clear. The wheels sucked that it came with. The bearings wouldn't roll, so I just used the wheel off the old tensioner. And this was coming loose, so I put a spring in there, give it some tension. Now I don't move. Next, the chain. Man, the chain that it came with was junk. Let me get my transmission chain. This stuff here. I got some chain cutting tools that are tough. And I got that one. And it was a job, man. It was hard to cut the chain and shorten it down. But the stock chain that came with the YD100, man, you can cut that just by looking at it. That thing would just fall apart. It was junk. So that's another upgrade I had to do. On the exhaust, I seen a video where a guy cut out this pipe that would sit right down in here like that. So your exhaust string would go down all the way to the end, back up, find the tip of this, then go out. I thought that was a little exaggerated. So I cut that out. Immediately I found some hidden potential there, especially for my daughter's 40. That thing really perked up a lot when I did that. This one, not so much, but it did. So let's see. Kickstand, crank arms. The pedals are from Amazon. I like them. They're fat. They got a little bit of a nub on there. That's the name. You can look them up on Amazon. Pretty affordable. They're aluminum. Weight is everything with these bikes, especially if you're heavy set. So the steel bolt is strong. The aluminum holds up, no problem. Has a good, like a spider web look, so it's kind of cool. So we covered pretty much everything. The seat, I took that. That's a nice seat. I pulled that off my Diamondback, and man, it just really feels comfortable. It's something about. So my daughter has a seat that looks like this. Doesn't feel nowhere near as good as this one. And that little simple design, even though this one's wide, it's a beach bike. This one here, way better. I just converted it to a single speed just to get, a lot of that crap off the handlebars, and always accidentally changing gears. Here's another Amazon thing. It's pretty simple. You just took the old gear set off of there and put this one on there. Painted that cover black, I think, because the sticker peeled. I got about 500 miles on this thing. The sticker peeled and it looked kind of ugly, so I painted it black. It's a black and chrome, mostly bike with some purple lettering. But man, this thing's nice. I'm gonna do a video and get a ride for you. But I've always liked mountain bikes, and you put a motor on it. It's just, I like the way it feels when you sit on it compared to a beach bike. Up here in the handles, pretty standard. You got your clutch here, double brake cable there. Got my garage door opener. It is a Specialized. It's got Specialized inscriptions all over it. It was just a lightweight steel frame. It was very, very light. It's a good bike. So those of you who are interested in the hobby, or who just like to watch videos like I do, I thought I'd make this video to share and be a part of the community. Now I got a new channel. This is the first video of the channel, and it's going to go up pretty soon. And yeah, that's pretty it. The name of the channel is Bike Revolution. I got some other videos coming, a whole bunch of other videos, but yeah. Just subscribe pretty much if you want to see all the other new stuff. I'm not really here to get all famous or whatever, but yeah, these bikes are pretty cool, man. They're likable, they're fun. My daughter's 9 and she rides the Huffy Bayside, so that I built for her. But that's it. That's all I got. Y'all have a Happy New Year and Merry Christmas.